So this is a video about food. This is a video about self-judgment. This is a video about judging others. And this is a video about emotional healing. So if you're into any of those things, if you're into being alive at any point in your life and healing and becoming, getting more of that life, this video is for motherfucking you. Anyway, so on Instagram, I dropped this quote that said, if you ever notice yourself judging someone for something, it also means that if you were in their position, you'd be judging yourself the same way. Now, I've been on a journey recently where I've been reconciling a lot of my, let's just say, demons towards food. You know, if you've been following me for a while, you would know that I've been on this journey, surrendering, healing, looking at deeper introspection towards the way I look at myself, the way I look at my body, the way I look at food, you know? And as always, anything I pretty much learn, I just share on to you guys, whether I do it as a creator in a course, whether it's something I can then coach privately, but it's always really interesting to see the effects that it has. Even a video like this, like, it has an effect, and if it has an effect on you, fucking drop a comment, let me know, leave a like, all that stuff. All of this stuff I need to know, otherwise I feel like I'm just a crazy guy on my phone, and you don't want to see me when I'm crazy. Anyway, point of the story is, what I've been doing is I've been reconciling a lot of past patterns and behaviors that I would have had when it comes to food. So some of this includes going to places that I previously would have judged myself for and would have judged. Now, there was a time where I felt really uncontrolled. Like, I feel like there was a time in my life where I felt like I couldn't control my behavior around food. What I would do is, this was predominantly when I was an Uber driver. I would drive, and then I'd see like a Red Rooster or a KFC, or I'd get a banh mi or something like that, and I would eat it. I would buy some chips, and I would just feel so sick. I'd feel sick not because of the food itself, but because of the layers and layers and layers of unconscious self-judgment, self-loathing, thinking I should be healthier, I should be better. But that's what we humans, that's what we fucking do. We judge ourselves and we make ourselves sick mentally before the food ever does. That's just like life. It's like we reject ourselves before someone else does. We hurt ourselves before someone else does. Dare I say, we sometimes hurt ourselves through the world. So I've been reconciling my past. You know, as you know, through surrender, what you do is you let yourself fully feel the emotions that are underneath. You know, and if you want a guide through this, I've just created the 3 steps to unbreakable confidence. That should be on my website, sharamnamdarian.com. There'll be a link in the description. It'll be everywhere. It's everywhere on my site, so you can get it now. Later on, I'll make like a specific page for it. But I went to a Red Rooster. I went to a KFC actually the other day, as my grandmother was in the hospital. That was her special food. It was like a no-no thing, but every time, occasionally when she visited, we'd have KFC. I did that almost in celebration of her. But the other day, that started a chain. So the other day I went to Red Rooster. But this Red Rooster did not have a drive-through. This Red Rooster, I had to actually walk in. And something about that made me realize that going through the drive-through would help me pretend to myself that I wasn't doing it. You know, I would eat it in the car and no one would ever know, and it wasn't real. So I walked into this store and I saw a man waiting for his food. And as you do when you're incredibly introspective, you not only observe the situation, but you observe yourself observing the situation. Dare I say, you also surrender. So I observed this man, and I watched this nervous, intense energy waiting for his food. And I judged him. I was like, you have no control over your emotions. You have no control. And then I realized that's how I used to think of myself. I have no control over my emotions. I'm bad. Me looking at this man was me looking at myself. And so what did I do? You wake up. You surrender, you wake up. You surrender, you wake up. You wake up, you wake up, you wake up. So I, within a few seconds of realizing that I had judged him harshly, I re-looked at him as a man waiting for his food. Then I looked at the menu. Wasn't too impressed. I was in past me was like, ooh, fast food, so special. Present me was like, chicken and some chips. I love it, but no, this chicken appeals to me and I've already had lunch. What happens when we wake up is we get a deep, powerful perspective. We can actually look at ourselves and realize that we had this veil over our eyes that we weren't able to see clearly. And that's the power of, I guess, emotional awakening. That's the power of discovering who we are as a person. That's the power of surrender. That's the power of motherfucking waking up and looking at our emotions, one emotion at a time. So I had my chips, not very exciting. My neighbor was like, it's a glorious day. What did he say? Well, it's a glorious day. It's a beautiful day. And then he also said, we've only had one new coronavirus case in our state. And I was like, in my hobgoblin chip mode, like, don't look at me, I'm eating my chips. It was like, that was my next thing to surrender. But that shit made me realize, how many times do we judge someone else, for the very things that we want? I was once, when I was Uber driving, I picked someone up at 3 in the morning, 3, 4 in the morning, coming back from the club. And this lady saw someone else. She saw a runner down the road, just running early morning, crazy early morning, and she fucking hated her. She was like, can't believe she would do that. She judged someone else for being healthy. So you better believe she judges herself for feeling healthy. These judgments we have of other people are the psychic barriers that stop us from witnessing and participating in that ourselves. And that doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, because sometimes we want to keep ourselves in place. Sometimes we don't want to do what other people are doing. I don't want to do what everyone else is doing. Fuck that. But some fucking time, if someone has what we want and we judge them for it, we push that away from us, just in the same way we push them away from us. And we make it harder for us to move forward. So what do? We surrender. We look at that judgment. We let ourselves judge fully, deeply. We surrender to the anger, the pain, the whatever we're feeling, the jealousy. Because sometimes we're so fucking jealous and we don't even know it. I'm sometimes so fucking jealous and I don't even fucking know it. We project on the world our bullshit stories. So we got to make peace with our bullshit stories. We got to love them. We got to surrender. We got to hope. And we got to let ourselves fully want and desire what we truly want. Now, what I want to do this full time. I want to make shitty videos on my phone about how life is amazing and surrender full fucking time. I also want to make online courses, such as the audio coaching session for free called 3 Steps to Unbreakable Confidence. Link in the description somewhere, probably. And also, you can go to see me live this weekend with Mojo Mingle. Link in the description. If you are a fucking fan and you watch this shit, that event is free. Make time. Pay me with your time. But seriously, we're talking about confidence, we're talking about surrender, we're talking about emotions, we're talking about dating. If you watch this video, you're going to want to come to that event. And if you don't, well, that's okay too, It's You give some, you take some, right? Like, it's fine. But that's what this video is about. If you ever notice yourself judging somebody for something, it also means that if you were in their position, you'd be judging yourself the same way. So think about it. Contemplate it. Comment something in the description. Like, in the comment something on this video. Like, what do you judge other people for? What do you secretly judge other people for? More importantly, what do you judge yourself for? Can we make peace with them? Now, if you don't know, I'm also creating another online audio coaching course called Unlock Your Desire. That's basically around letting out the fucking deep desires that we have inside of us, becoming at peace with them. Like, even as an expert in this shit, I'm looking forward to creating this and actually, like, going through the content. Like, I'm excited because, like, one of my mentors used to say, he says to me, life is, what does he say? Life is cutting wood and fetching water. As a student, you cut wood and you fetch water. As a master, you are still cutting wood and fetching water. And I truly believe that. I truly believe all we are doing is just doing the same thing. We are just getting a master at that same thing. So it's like people who are like, oh, you know, like I already know what I want. It's like, do you fucking really? Because this is a lifelong journey, you know? And then we're dead. We are full steam ahead and then we are dead. I guess I wouldn't have it, at least for us, like, because everyone, if you're watching this video, you're fucking privileged. You got a phone, right? Or you got an internet. Life can be, will be, is better. And what I love about it is, as we walk this path, you and I, or just you, or just me, who cares? It does. And the more you notice it, 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 and it steamrolls and it just gets fucking better. I am so excited, and I hope you are too. Your homework is, like, comment something amazing that's happened today.